Our players, Kerry Kittles, Danny.
Kerry Kittles is an excellent player. Did a nice job in the Milwaukee series. Made a lot of key shots down the stretch. But he's a great transition player. And he also does a good job of spotting up off of the penetration and post-ups of Kidd and Martin.
It's Martin for two outside. When he hits outside like that, John, a lot of things open up for New Jersey's offense.
Well, and I'm sure the Celtics would prefer him to take that shot as opposed to going inside. But he's starting to get a lot more confidence in his outside shot. But if I want him to take a shot, I'd rather see him do that than to get on the board.
Excellent defense by Kenyon Martin, and Pierce just made a tough shot.
Little one-on-one here, Pierce, on the double, and a nice steal by Kerry Kittles, and here is what New Jersey does so well. Kittles to Kenyon Martin.
Well, that's why it's very important for the Celtics to make the shots they take and protect the ball and don't give the Nets steals, because if they steal, they're going to run.
There was a 10-0 run to begin the game by Boston. Now a 6-0 run for New Jersey. Try to go inside. McCarty picks up his first foul for the Celtics.
This is what you got to love about New Jersey. I mean, they haven't had any. Boston's playing great. The second they get a ball, Boston is determined to get back, but they just can't run fast enough to get back and stop a dunk. They're not just getting open shots. They'll get dunks off fast breaks.
Well, that puts a lot of pressure on your shooting if you know a team's going to run like the Nets do, so you're so afraid to miss because you know they're going to take off.
And trying to capitalize on New Jersey's first turnover tonight, it's Antoine Walker to Delk. And chipping his way in, got the matchup he wants with Martin, and the rebound by Jefferson of New Jersey. Down court, Martin at the other end.
Well, see, that's just terrible defense because the Celtics left early to come back, but everybody watched the ball and didn't watch the lane. Martin just got behind the defense and got a dunk. Yeah, visually, everybody can't focus on the ball. You claim the ball.
Kenyon Martin leads New Jersey with 6, and Walter McCarty with a couple threes leads Boston with 6 points so far.
We look right here. Paul Pierce is right there, but he doesn't think Jason's going to throw it over the top of him.
Well, Danny began the game by saying this is the fastest team in the NBA, and they show it early here in the Meadowlands.
That was a great shot, but I like it. They got the shot off the passing and movement of the ball rather than off the dribble and isolations. Twice off of dribble and isolations, they haven't got anything out of it.
We go inside to Kenyon Martin as another great pass was sent in from on top from Jason Kidd. The foul goes on Tony Batiste.
He says it's going to relax him for the series, guys.
At the free throw line, Kenyon Martin knocks down his first, and he is shooting 75% in these playoffs, and he ties the game at 13 apiece.
Well, Kenyon Martin is such a force. They come out of the timeout. Excellent design by Byron Scott. Just a high-low pass, Jason Kidd to Kenyon Martin against the front and exploited the fronts that the Celtics put on the low post.
Game high 8 now, John, for Martin.
And Rodney's a good basketball player, but he doesn't have near the athleticism, offensive rebounding ability, or fast break potential of Kenyon Martin, and he's not as good a defender.
There's a foul on Collins of New Jersey as he tries to throw a hip into Paul Pierce, and that is the second on Collins, so big men foul problems now the concern for New Jersey.
Well, you see Jersey getting off and getting down. One of the things that you want to do, you want to steal the ball, you want to get it off of rebounds. Every time they've gotten a stolen ball, they've been able to get down before the Celtics. This one is off of a rebound. You kick it out and you get back. The Celtics get back, but they don't identify the immediate danger.
What a great pass by Jason Kidd on that last one, though. He just knew in the back of his head where Kenyon Martin was.
French Finals on TNT.
Because that's going to stop you from fast breaking.
Celtics with Walker, Batiste, McCarty, Pierce, and Tony Delk to begin the second half here in the Meadowlands. Kenyon Martin with 3 fouls. He is scoring. He is playing well. He is the first net to get in double figures, but the 3 fouls have curtailed his game.
All right, well, he's got 10 points. He's only played just over 10 minutes, 11 minutes
now. He's got 10, and Boston has 3 in double figures, and Kittles is feeling it. Walker will be patrolling down low defensively and meet Martin head on. That doesn't stop Kenyon Martin.
That was like an 8-foot left-handed finger roll up off the glass. That was a spectacular shot by Martin.
Couldn't tell whether it was an afterthought or a conscientious effort on his part, but he made it, and that's the most important thing.
So Walker right there wanted to steamroll him as New Jersey has started the second half 4 of 4. Rebounding edge is 5 now for New Jersey in this game.
And that's a better shot. You know, I mean, he made the one before was a low position shot, but that's a good shot. And that would have been huge if he could have made that. Take this crowd out for a while.
They got Batiste now on Martin. They did this something in the regular season, but Martin still exploits the matchup and puts it in. And Kenyon Martin has put in 6 in this third quarter. has put in 9. They have scored all 15 New Jersey points in the third.
And that's where the Celtics do not want Kenyon Martin to have an opportunity to take a shot. They would prefer him take the deep jump shots, which he's doing a good job on, but they do not want him in that close to the basket because he's so quick to getting back, even getting a second shot on a rebound.
Petit picks up the foul. Danny, what about the change now? Petit on Martin as opposed to Antoine Walker.
Well, Petit is their best low post defender. He's got longer, better athleticism than Walker.
He's knocked in 4 3-point shots.
And they still won't guard him. I mean, right there, again, moving to center, they relying on their center to help on Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker.
Kenyon Martin banks that baby home, and the Nets again by 10.
You know, that's the shot that they say they want Kenyon Martin to take, but I think you're going to have to reevaluate that if he becomes as consistent as he's becoming with his outside shooting.
17 for Martin. That is a New Jersey. You're watching the playoffs on TNT.
It's really consistency on the part of the officials, too, because it's almost very simple pushing off. One offensively and one was defensively.
Kim, screen by Collins. Martin, slashing inside. Wipe it away. Foul called on Kenyon Martin of the New Jersey Nets. And that is his 5th personal foul. He has the most fouls of any net, 5, and Tony Petit also with 5 for Boston.
Well, what a beautiful play by Walter McCarty. Rotates out there, sees him coming to him again, because Kenyon Martin is not the shooter that I think he's developing into. Great play by Walter McCarty.
Both teams 2 of 7 shooting from the floor in this 4th quarter as they bring back in Rodney Rogers to play. Let's get inside some strategy here, Danny. First for New Jersey.
Well, New Jersey's, they usually try to run the bump screens, you know, try to get Kerry Kittles or Jason Kidd with the ball in his hand making a play. Kenyon Martin has been their go-to guy down on the low post.
Danny talks about him. John, what about the Boston Celtics?
Well, I think they want to do what they have been doing. You got to not give up the easy shots, but you want to cut the penetration out and clog the lane up.
It's blocked by Antoine Walker as Martin went up.
Well, we saw a little bit of everything. We saw the bump play, we saw pick and roll by Jason, and we saw Kenyon Martin down on the low post to finish the clock. But a good foul right here.
Walker is out of the game, fouling out.
Well, that shows Martin's athleticism. He just went up so hard and so strong. The Celtics were trying to cut the middle off, as I had indicated. But in the same token, Martin is so quick and got there so quickly that they had the foul.
Antoine Walker 6 of 20. Kenyon Martin will be at the free throw line for the New Jersey Nets. 3 of 3 with his 17 points. Walker in these playoffs, 75% from the stripe.
Well, not near the offensive threat. Petit coming back in the game for Walker, but a better offensive rebounder. So you got the floor spread with 4 3-point shooters and offensive players, and Petit is there for the offensive board.
No fouls to give either way in the final 45 seconds of regulation.
You see, Martin's been on the bench for a while right now, too. He's probably a little cold right now. He's got to get back into the flow of the game.
Boston has a timeout. New Jersey's got 2. Two-point game.
Oh, and that's the thing that you like Kenyon Martin about, too, is the fact that he's going to be around that ball late game situation. He got in position to get an opportunity to be fouled.
We didn't see the real Kenyon Martin in this game, and we haven't seen him. I mean, he was in foul trouble, took him out early in the half, but he is a warrior, and he was dominant against Milwaukee.
And he's one of those guys that has presence. If you don't see him, you're looking for him all the time.
J.R. Brennan will check in for the Boston Celtics as both Walker and Petit have fouled out. And here is Martin at the free throw line, 4 of 5 with his net high 18 points.
And what's really important is you got a small lineup out there. You got Walter McCarty and Eric Williams under the basket, and you want Martin to miss his shot, but if he does, you know, you better make sure you get this defensive board.
Well, the Celtics are putting, I mean, the Nets are putting perimeter defenders in, too, probably thinking the Celtics are going for a 3, taking out Collins, who's done a great job, and putting in Harris, a guy that can make the switches and do the things that he has to do out there.
Boston does not need to score a 3. They want to save their timeout. Or 7 or 6 seconds even left. Now they miss 1 free throw, and that's plenty of time to push the ball up the court. And you don't even need a 3 had he missed the 1 free throw if they had scored 2.
And particularly when they were in that three-point defense, you're absolutely correct. That's the only disadvantage to it. It leaves you vulnerable for drives.
But having said that, Paul Pierce got a pretty darn good look at the three.
And having said it, they were successful with it, so it must have been the right strategy, I guess.
Kenyon Martin. Boston is out of timeouts. And trailing by 4. A pretty big advantage of plus 14 on the glass by New Jersey, led by the 21 points of